An individual needs certain amount of skill. So how to write an email, what are the important factors that you have to consider in writing an email, and what are the factors that you should not miss, the do's and don'ts of email writing, or in short, email etiquette. So let's go in detail into it. Let's go in detail into email writing. We are going to cover the basics here. If you want a detailed section on email writing, you can write to us, or you can contact us with the contact details given in the body of this video, the text description of this video. Okay, now let us see why email writing we have addressed this. And now, what is email? Most of us say mail, we often use the term called mail. Mail versus email. The predominant mistake that we do is we often refer email as mail, whereas both whereas the reality is mail is letter or document sent through post, courier. Email is message sent electronically. So, but in general, what we do? We say we use the what terms we use? It's grammatically wrong. Mail ID is a wrong usage. Then what is the right usage? Email ID. Okay, now let's go into writing an email. Most of us, even today, what we do is we tend to write a letter in email, which is absolutely wrong. Email and letter both are not one and the same. For letter writing, we do have a format. Same way for email writing, we do have certain basic concepts or formats that we have to follow. Dear sir, madam is wrong in email writing. It's not correct. Whereas it's correct in letter. And finishing an email, yours sincerely, yours truly, yours faithfully. These are all letter writings, not email writing. But we tend to use it, widely. So this has to be really avoided in an email. So most of us, what we do is we start and end the email in a wrong way. And what we often do, subject of email. So the subject of an email should indicate the purpose of the email. Say for example, I am applying for the position of a manager in a company. So I am experienced. So for me, the role of a manager suits more often than not. So how to keep that subject? Applying for the role of procurement procurement manager. Sukumar are 14 years. BE PGDBA with 14 years experience. So this is how a subject should be. Here in this subject, see the purpose of email is indicated very clearly. Applying for the role of procurement manager, Sukumar are BE PGDBA with 14 years of experience. Okay. Now I am sending a quotation, or I'm inviting a college for hiring. So internship hiring for 2021-22 batch. Business development, software development roles. What is it indicating here? Internship hiring for 2021-22 batch. Business development, software development roles. It means what we are indicating here, the purpose of the email is to convey this email is sent to you for the purpose of intimating about internship hiring for 2021-2022 academic year pass outs, business for the roles of business development and software development. But how often our emails tend to have? Just analyze yourself how many of the emails sent by you has this very specific subject. So we receive a lot of emails. And the emails often doesn't have any subject, blank subject, doesn't have any body, and simply one resume attachment. See, what is the purpose of it? Are you seeking an employment opportunity? Are you saying that this is my resume? I want an opportunity? Are you saying that I want something? So, if that is the case, what the recipient of that email will, the communication is not. So, what it happens? That email will be going either to trash or it will be going into the email database. That no action will be taken on that email. So, what an email should have? What an email should have? Specified purpose. It should be very clear what action the recipient has to do. Receiver has to. So, these two things are very much important for an email. And there are categories of email. Okay, I'll cover it in these two things. Specified purpose. The specified purpose is, if I am applying for a job, the specified purpose is, yes, I am applying for this role. My resume is this. Look at it in a requesting mode. So please look at it and let me know if I can have an opportunity. So what it means is that the HR or the company official who receives that email will clearly know that you are applying for the role of so and so. What he or she will do, the recipient will do, is that they'll put your email in the database of applicant, because it is very clear that you are applying for this role. If you send a blank email with your resume, it goes to the trash. it doesn't go to the database, or it may go into the resume data, not to the applicant's data. When it goes to the applicant's database, there are chances for you to get shortlisted, receive a call back, or receive an email back. But if it goes into the resume database, you may get it or you may not get it. If it goes to the trash bin, the opportunity is closed for you. You might be thinking, okay, I have sent resume to so many companies, but no company is responding back to me. Have you sent it in the right method? Have you drafted your email? Have you written your email in such a way that it goes into the applicant's database of the company? Of the receiver puts that email into the applicant's data. Even when the company has an opportunity or vacancy available, they go into the applicant's database. And the next step is resume data. If there is nothing specified and it goes into the trash bin, then you'll never get a call back or a communication back from that specific company forever. And why should that company be behind you? You have to be specific. What you want to do, what you are seeking, that has to be very clear. And please don't think that just because you have a degree qualification, say a BSc, a BCom, a BCA, MCA, MSc, MBA, or engineering, so whatever qualification you have, your academic qualification is of very little use. Only your talent, skills matters in recruitment process. Your academic qualification is only for the eligibility criteria or to open the doors of the company for the interview process. Beyond that, that academic criteria is of no use unless you possess the skills that is expected by the company. Hope this is very clear. If you don't possess the expected skills, what the company expects from the candidates who must be or who have to be part of their workforce, they expect certain basic skills. If you don't possess that, then you are not through. Your academic, your academic percentages, your academic qualifications has zero value there. Very simple. If a company says 60% or 6 CGPA as the basic qualification criteria or the eligibility criteria, if you are having 6 or 10, it's one and same for the company. If you are having a CGPA of 6 or 10, it doesn't make any sort of difference for the company. That's only the basic eligibility criteria. If you meet that, you get opportunity go through the selection process. First thing you have to remember is that your academic percentages have no are never a deciding factor in the selection process, are very rarely a deciding factor in the selection process. So don't overestimate yourself thinking that, see, if I send a resume that has a 9 CGPA or 10 CGPA, it indicates that you have 9 CGPA or 10 CGPA. The companies should be behind your back and plead you to join their companies. It is not the case. So, what companies look for? Companies look for specific talents and skills in a candidate. Of course, along with the talents, certain basic education qualification is needed. Certain basic education qualification is needed. Certain basic education qualification is needed only to work in that field. Say, for example, if you have to work in an instrumentation based company, so in order to have a better understanding about the instruments or the equipments used over there, a degree in instrumentation engineering will help because you have already read certain concept or the base technology. So when using that, when the instruments over there are explained, you will be able to understand the technology or the concepts taught to you easier than those who are not from that background. So it is the reality. But having a high score doesn't mean that you are an automatic selection. Absolutely no. Okay. Same way, email writing skills can impact your selection process. It's one of the key skills in business communication. Communication is not all about the fluency in a language or the high grammatic usage or the high vocabulary. The proficiency in a language is not communication. It's proficiency level in a language. It is never a communication. The communication is if you are able to do these two things in an email, a clear specified purpose, and you are able to clearly convey what action the receiver has to do on the email, then that email writing is perfect. then that email writing is 100% perfect. For this, you don't need high vocabulary. See, all the recipients of the emails won't have an Oxford or Cambridge dictionary or Renan Martin along with them. So it is not a place where to show your vocabulary skills. These are the two important two important factors that decide whether your email writing is right or wrong. Okay, now let us go to this specified purpose. It has been already explained the importance of it, right? Then what actions the receiver should do? Okay, what actions the receiver should do? See, he has to scrutinize your resume, or he has to respond back to you with a data. He has to carry out a certain activity. If a manager is writing to his or her subordinate, then the subordinate should be performing the task. If you are applying for, if you are requesting for an appointment, the receiver should confirm or should respond back saying that you want to get an appointment or not. So are they giving an appointment for you or not? If you are submitting a quotation, then they have to respond back saying that whether your quotation meets the criteria or not. So let us go it in a simple process. So if you are writing for an appointment, sorry, an employment opportunity, you are let us assume or let us take the example of an email written to a company seeking an opportunity for employment. So looking at your email, what the employer has to do, the employer should go through your resume. Then if they have ongoing recruitment, or if the hiring is ongoing, they have to respond back saying that to participate in the hiring. If it is not ongoing, then they should move your resume to the applicants database. These two things. If these two things happen, you are likely to get a call back, provided that company has opportunities that meet your skill set, which you have indicated in your resume. Of course, if you are skilled in software and you send to a manufacturing company where software engineers or software developers requirement is not there, then you might not receive a call back at all. But if you are having manufacturing experience, or you want to work in manufacturing industry and you are sending for the role of a manufacturing engineer or a manufacturing a technical employee, then you should be able to receive, you should be in a position to receive a response from them when they have opportunities. And for that purpose, the email should be very much clear. The email should be very much clear. Hope you are able to follow this. Okay. So now, for that purpose, let us have a simple email writing. And one more common mistake in email writing that we do is, as I said, you go with this format. In the body of the email, somebody writes like this: subject, applying for the role of software engineer in your reputed organization. This is again a letter writing format. If you had specified in the subject, then don't write again indicating the subject. So now let us see how to write an email. Hi, Mr. or Miss, their name, then greetings of the day, or see, greetings of the day, why we use this common term is uh, we don't know when the other person will receive the email or read the email. So in general, if it is greetings of the day, it is valid for all the 24 hours of the day or night. But if you say good morning, you are writing to an US person, say your time at night 12 o'clock, then the good morning goes off for them. Or your time morning 7 o'clock. 7 a.m. IST is between 7 to 9 p.m. US time. So if you write an email over there saying good morning, then it doesn't match. So you can say greetings, greetings of the day or good day, that sort of things. Then uh, please find the attached resume. Okay, let us put it with a small intro. I am having qualification, experience, so and so. I am applying for the role of in your organization. Kindly find the attached resume of mine for your consideration. Please let me know in case of any queries, further information. So with this, your email gets over and you are attaching the documentation. So see, everything I have written here in capital letters. Actually, you have to follow the proper grammar and punctuations, and please keep as much as simple sentences as possible. That is very important. And finishing it with thanks and regards. So your uh, name with qualification, designation, organization name, mobile number, and email ID. So these are the primary things that you have to follow in writing an email. So now we have seen how to write a simple email. So according to the various things, you have to write emails in such a manner. And see, here I have told you the basic things, basic parameters that an email should have. Here, okay, subject is applying for the role of so and so. That has to come in the email subject. To the corresponding email ID, CC to whomever you want to mark CC, that has to be clear. Hi, Mr. Or Miss. So addressing that. Say for example, if I am referring to Mr. Rajesh, say for example, hi Mr. Rajesh. Please avoid sir, madams as much as possible. If you know the recipient's name properly, give it. Or if you don't know, if you are in general writing to an HR ID, hi HR team, well and good. Don't go with dear sir or madam. Then I am so and so, having qualification or experience so and so. I am applying for the role of in your organization. Kindly find the attached resume of mine for your kind consideration. Please let me know in case of any queries or further information. It means that if the company wants to know more about you, they have to contact you by default. You are giving certain amount of information in the beginning. So beyond that, if any information is required, that has to be very clearly indicated. Thanks and records, your name, qualification is optional, then your designation, if at all you are working. If you are not working, then your name, your college name, your mobile number, email ID. So while writing your mobile number, you have to mention with country code. That is more important. If it is from India, it should start with +91. That's by default. Simply writing a mobile number doesn't make any sense. You have to write +91 properly. Now, I think all of you have got why email writing is very much important. Okay? So, now let us, okay. Now we have seen why email writing is important and how should you write an email. Hope this session is very informative for you, and please do share it with all your friends and relatives who are willing to be entrepreneurs or who are seeking an employment or looking for additional opportunities in any field. So this email communication, it is very important in this current business world, in this current globalized world. So you can get in touch with any person at any part of the world through an email. Don't take this lightly. It is very important. If you want to become a professional, then you should know how to write a professional email. And email is one of the most important factor, or at least as on today, half of the official communications, more than half of the official communications in this world are happening through email. So it is more important to know it. So this is one of the most important skills that is required, and please do give value for it. Please do give value for it. Okay, hope you have found this session informative. Please subscribe to our channel. Please like our videos and share it to the needy ones so that the information and self-learning can happen and they can become better professionals by themselves. If you want any specific email writing session to be conducted for your college, then please do contact us, or for individuals also, if you want specific email writing sessions to be conducted for various aspects, like for software companies, how to write an email, for manufacturing industries, how to write an email, for if you are a design engineer, how to write an email, if you are a sales and marketing professional, how to write an email, if you are a banking professional, how to write an email. So based on the specific function or the designation also, we can have detailed email writing sessions. If you are willing, then please do get in touch with us. We'll conduct a special session for it. Thank you and have a nice